Hello, friends and family. All right, it's been a while since I did a recording, but I had an idea. So I was watching some other YouTube videos, and I was listening to a guy tell some pretty entertaining stories about his time in prison. And while I don't have any time in prison stories, because I've never been to prison, I thought it might be fun to share some stories about my time in the Navy. And so here's one that I rarely get to tell, but this was when I was on the carrier, USS Nimitz. We were in the middle of our Westpac, which is our deployment going around the Pacific Ocean on our way into the Persian Gulf. And on board, we were just having a regular day. In the evening time, me and two other guys, we were going, we had just got done working out at the gym. And what we used to do after that, we would go off to the Sponson. So on a carrier, the Sponson is kind of like it's like a balcony, kind of like the side of the ship, underneath the flight deck though. And so we went to the Sponson just so we can cool off and kind of hang out a little bit and feel the air. And usually we would go to the Sponson during the day. So the purpose of the Sponson is usually for when you're in port, is to hook up shore services like electricity and potable water and steam, so that you don't have to run the reactors whenever you're in port. But whenever you're underway, you're at sea, they're just kind of idle. So anyway, we're out. We go out to the Sponson, and since it's late at night, there's no lights out. I think there might have been supposed to be a light that lit up the Sponson at night, like a little amber light, but it was out, or there's just no lights out there. I don't know. But when we shut the hatch behind us, we realized that it's pitch black back there. It's pretty late at night. We're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. There's no moonlight or anything. It's really dark. You cannot see your hand in front of your face. It's so dark, right? So we're kind of just feeling out where we're supposed to be going, and we go kind of to the area of the ship that's kind of by the water. And we've been at the Sponson before, so it's not like anyone's gonna fall overboard or anything. But yeah, eventually, your pupils adjust, your eyes adjust, and you can start seeing little silhouettes of each other and kind of the background of what the Sponson is, and it just looks like you're in the dark, right? So we're out there for probably 15, 20 minutes or so, just hanging out and talking, and then we hear the door open, the hatch for the door open, and so we don't know who it is. We're like, oh man, are we in trouble for being out here? We don't know. And so we just kind of sit there, and the door opens, and it's this guy and this girl, and they come out and they start talking, right? So we think that, first of all, we think they can't see us because it's probably pitch black for them, since they just came in from inside the ship where there's more lights in the passageway. And then secondly, we're like, I wonder what they're gonna do, right? So we can hear their dialogue, they're saying, "Oh, I can't see anything. Where are you?" Right? And then it starts to hit us. I think one of the reasons they came out here was because it was dark and because it was quiet, and it seems like they were gonna hook up outside, in that part of the ship. And so we don't know what to do. We're just being quiet. Well, this couple, I guess, they approach kind of right near where we are sitting. And they get really close to us, within arm's length of where we're sitting. And so they're out there looking at the ocean and stuff, or just kind of out in the darkness, right? And then we think that they're gonna maybe start making a move on each other. But then one of them, the guy in that couple, he looks back and appears to look right at one of the two friends that I'm out there with. And so the friend that I'm with says, "Hey," and then this dude jumps he's so startled, he just heard a ghost, right? So, and then the girl's like, "What happened?" He goes, I think somebody's out here." So then they go kind of scrambling off, and we're like, "Dude, why did you say something?" And he's like, "I don't know. I thought he was looking right at me." We're like, "No, they can't see it. Remember how we were earlier? They can't see us." And so me and the other friend, we're telling this guy, we're like, "You shouldn't have said anything, man. Maybe we could have watched him. We didn't know." Again, this is three young kids in the early 20s, just having some fun. And so he's like, yeah, you're right. Like, I kind of wanted to watch too. And so we're like, man, I think they left. Like, so then we just start like making fun of them. We're like, dude, next time if that happens, just don't say anything, right? And then so the conversation kind of turns funny. It's like, what if they started hooking up or whatever, right? And then eventually their eyes adjust, and then they look over and they see three of us, just three dudes just sitting there staring at them. But, unfortunately that didn't happen. Like, we would have never known what was going to happen. So probably for like every day for like the next week and a half or so, we would work out in the evening, and then we'd go out to the Sponson again, and we would wait and see if that couple or any couple comes out there, right? And like nobody came. But there was one time I remember, so word got around our division. We're like, man, you know what? This guy did. We were out there. We probably could have got a free show, and then but he talked to one of them, and then he scared him off. And then some of the other guys, man, you shouldn't have done that. I would have wanted to watch too, right? It was pretty unanimous that all the little horn dogs back then, all of us, we would have wanted to watch. But so yeah, we kind of kept going out there like every night for a few nights or whatever, and then we used to hang out. But we would hang out there a little bit longer to see if like anybody would show up, like the couple or something. They probably found another place on the ship to hook up or whatever. But I know there was one time where the door did open. And we're like, shh, like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? But then it was just one of the guys from our division. He wanted to be out there, and he wanted to catch the free show too. That because he heard about it, but it never happened. So anyway, that was one of the things on the ship that it's basically it's not really something that happened story. It's more of a something that could have happened story. But it was still just kind of fun. Even the dialogue and just hanging out with the guys was kind of fun.